Hey warriors, welcome to your rut busting yoga flow and creativity session. In these sessions, I'll give you a prompt to help you inspire new ideas. We'll spend about 15 minutes or so on our mats, flowing and stimulating our creative energies. And then we have time set aside for you to take that prompt and that energy and create. These sessions are perfect for when you're feeling stuck in a creative endeavor, a work project, or just in life. So today's prompt is, the strangest thing about the bird on the wire was its hat. So when you're ready, let's hop on the mat and fight for our creativity. Hey warriors, in today's rut busting yoga flow, we're gonna start in a nice comfortable seat, whatever that looks like to you. So just start to take a few moments to find your position, whether that's cross-legged. If this is not comfortable for you, you can start with your legs out in front of you and just let your hands fall wherever feels good. But no matter where you are, we'll start to come into the breath and just start to pay attention to our posture and our form. We'll stack our head over our heart and our heart over our pelvis. That'll create a nice long line for energy to flow as we get our creative energies going here today. So just start by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. Starting to let go of anything that you've been thinking about off the mat or that you need to do after this, and just giving yourself this time to just be here. Paying particular attention to how the breath feels moving in through the nose and out through the mouth. Making sure we're keeping our shoulders down away from our ears and inviting length into the spine. And after a few breaths, just start to invite a little gentle movement into the body, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead and stretching through the fingertips. You can grab that left wrist with the right hand and just pull gently toward the right side of the mat, pulling that left knee and left buttock down into the mat for a nice counter stretch. And inhale back to center, and do the same on the other side, just grabbing that right wrist with that left hand and pulling up and over to the left side of the mat. Pressing the right knee toward the mat. Inhale. And exhale, drop the hands back to the mat, and maybe take a second to walk the fingertips back behind you. Keeping that head over heart, heart over pelvis alignment so the shoulders and the chest start to open as we continue to breathe. And then moving back to center, giving a little twist, bringing the left hand to the right knee and the right arm back behind the body. Not too much, just a nice gentle twist for now. And then back through center and moving to the other side. Again, you don't have to match my movements. If there's something else that feels good to you, feel free to do that. And then we'll all meet back in center for one more nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale it out. And we'll move slowly into a nice tabletop position, coming to all fours, stacking the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat. and the tops of the feet into the mat. We'll start to move through some cat-cows. So on the inhale, we'll lift the chin, drop the belly, lift the tailbone toward the sky, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And on the exhale, we'll round the back, drop the chin to the chest, pulling the pelvis forward, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. And inhale to drop the belly, lifting the chin, starting to move with your own breath at a pace that's comfortable for you. Dropping the chin with each exhale. And if one position feels better for you, you can hold it for a couple of breaths. We'll move through one more round, so wherever you are, just complete the cycle. We'll all meet back in a nice neutral spine. And from here, on the inhale, we'll tuck the toes and lift the knees up off the mat for just a second, hovering here. The nice inhale. And on the exhale, we'll lift the hips up and back for a downward dog, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, keeping the knees as bent as you need, dropping the heels toward the ground, but knowing they don't need to touch, lifting the hips and the tailbone toward the sky. You can inhale and exhale. And then on the next inhale, we'll bend our knees, look to the top of the mat, and on the exhale, walk the feet forward, up to meet the hands, coming into a nice forward fold, exhaling to release everything. Again, we can keep the knees as bent as we need here, just for this first one. Take a couple of deep breaths. Letting the head hang. And on an inhale, we'll come to a half flat back position, either bringing your hands to your shins or your thighs, making a nice 7 shape with the body, gazing just to the top of the mat. And exhale, releasing back into the fold. And the next inhale, we'll straighten through the waist, reach for the sky, stretching through the fingertips. And exhale, slicing the hands down through center, bringing them to the sides to a nice mountain pose. We'll take just a couple of breaths here to find some nice length through the spine and a nice, stable, strong foundation. Again, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. You might have to do that. Pay attention to that throughout the practice. I think a lot of us have the tendency to start to pull our shoulders up like we do probably all day at our desks or wherever we are. So just anytime you notice it, just mindfully bring them down away from the ears. And we'll start to move through a couple of sun salutations. And that's all our practice is going to be today, just a little movement through these few series of poses and movements. So we'll inhale, reach for the sky. And on the exhale, swan dive forward into our fold. Maybe your knees are a little straighter. Maybe you're lifting your tailbone up toward the sky for a little stretch through the back of the legs. Again, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to that half flat back, whatever that looks like to you. And exhale, we'll bring the hands to the mat. And for this first one, we'll just move back into our tabletop. On the exhale, inhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees up off the mat, and exhale back into our downward dog. Take an inhale, and an exhale. On the next inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. And on the exhale, walk the feet up between the hands, releasing into our fold. Inhale, half flat back, your version. And exhale, fold. And inhale, we'll reach for the sky, stretching through the fingertips. And on the exhale, we'll go straight back into our fold, swan diving forward. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, drop the hands to the mat on either side of the feet, and we'll step the right foot back and then the left, coming into a plank for just an inhale. And on an exhale, lowering everything to the mat, bringing the belly, the chest. And an inhale, lifting the chest and the chin away from the mat for a baby cobra. Pulling the elbows together toward the body. And exhale, release. Inhale to pause. And exhale, push up into our plank and all the way back through into our downward dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. And exhale, walk the feet up between the hands, releasing into our fold. Inhale, half flat back. And exhale, fold. And inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, right back into our fold, swan diving forward. This will be our last round. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, drop the hands to the mat, stepping that right foot back, and then the left. Inhaling at the top of the plank. Exhale, release everything to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest and the chin. Exhale, release. Inhale to pause. And exhale, tucking the toes, pushing up through our plank and back into our downward dog. And on the inhale, we'll bend the knees, look to the top of the mat, and walk the feet forward, releasing into our fold. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, we'll reach for the sky. Really stretching through the fingertips, maybe pressing the hands together, looking up toward the hands. And exhale, slice through the middle, bring the hands to the side, and landing back in mountain. Taking a couple deep breaths. And instead of Shavasana, we'll go ahead and take a little time to take the energy that we just created, the creative ideas from our prompt earlier, and head to our computer or sit on your mat with a notebook and start creating. So thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste, warriors, and go forth and create. Welcome to your creativity session. Don't worry about pausing or turning off the video. We'll play some music to keep your creativity flowing as you work. Challenge yourself to keep going until the video ends. You got this. And if you appreciate these videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up, warriors. Great job. I hope this rut busting flow and creativity session was helpful. Remember, no matter how much or how little you created in this session, you still made the time and showed up. If you want to make these sessions a regular thing, make sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell to get notified whenever I have a new video. Have a wonderful day, warriors.